tobacco. Tobacco has been in the industry for decades. Ever since the first cigarette to the new e-cigarettes or vaping has come out. Tobacco has played a role in at least someone's life, no matter how much it gets involved with them. Nothing ever comes good from tobacco out of its usage. Through Mark's speech, he shares his past life with people every other day. He connects with his audience by making remarks and actions that they can relate to, and he puts them in his shoes so then they can see what it's really like to go through what he went through. His intentions are to influence young teens and people in school to make sure they make the right decision. He wants to lead them down the right path and make sure they succeed in life. He guides them with his mother's words, "If you show me your friends, I will show you your future." Mark was born in Buffalo, New York. Now, Buffalo, New York was one of the most crime-heavy and drug-heavy areas when he grew up. He grew up very poor. His mom worked multiple jobs. His dad wasn't in the picture when he was born, and he played hockey, football, and boxing in school. He was very athletic, and he actually was going to pursue boxing professionally when he grew up, but he ended up breaking his nose, and he was out for a year. Now, most people, when you're out for a year, like you're injured, you find something to do. Well, he went into drugs and obviously made the wrong decision. At 31, he decided he was going to try to change. He joined the WWE, and he became a WWE champion. His names were Johnny B. Bad, Wildman Mark Marrow, and Marvelous Mark Marrow. But sadly, he got into drugs again after that. He lost over 30 friends to drugs and suicide, and he ended up in the WWE industry, and he attempted suicide in 2003 as well. After he attempted, he thought that God was telling him something after he overdosed 3 times, survived the suicide attempt, that he needs to change. In 2007, he founded the Champions of Choices, which is what he does now. He gives his speeches all over the world. He doesn't just give one speech and then just never does it again. Schools have him come in and talk to his students. He gives them internationally, goes overseas, and he does this every other week. And you can find him all over the internet. He has multiple websites, multiple videos that are viral, and that's kind of how he's known as a person.
Listen, Mom, you are my hero. Everything I am, everything I hope to be was because of you. You loved me so much, you gave me a life. You're the only one that ever believed in me. How to repair? By getting drunk? By getting high? By getting stupid? By hanging out with losers? For what? All she ever wanted to do was talk to me. I wish I could talk to you now, Mom. I wish you could see what I'm doing. Why couldn't I have been a better son? We are defined by our choices. But if you surround yourself with people involved in drugs and alcohol and pills, it's a dead end. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to tell you I lived that life. It leads to broken hearts, broken relationships, broken dreams, and death. For what? To get high? If you have a mother or a father, when you go home, tell them how much you love them. See, my whole life was about being rich and famous. I had to be a millionaire. I had to win the race. I had to win the race at the expense of my marriage, my family, my friends. For what? To be all alone in the world? I learned what is truly important, and that is how precious this gift of life is, and our families, and how quickly it can be taken away. See, I no longer live in time, I live in moments. See, it's not what's in your pocket that matters, it's what's in your heart that truly matters. Love. Love is just a word until somebody comes along and gives it meaning. You are the meaning.
The significance of this is cigarettes were very popular back then when they first came out. Everyone thought that it was something to do. They never knew the results of it. But what's sad is we do know the results of it as of today, but people still choose to do these things. And when Mark went through his cycle of bad choices, he didn't have anyone to help him through it or do anything with it because he pushed people away. And tobacco is still a problem, and I think it's worse than ever because it's getting into younger people and it's getting more popular and accessible to the younger generation. And we're lucky to have people like Mark, so then you can hear his story and then see what really happens if you choose to go down that road. Some of the rhetorical devices he used in his speech were the metaphor, life is not about winning the race, life is about finishing the race. He literally means by this as if like life isn't about winning everything. You don't need to be the best for other people or for your peers or for people that look at you. You need to be the best for yourself and make the best decisions for you. And the ultimate goal of it is to finish the race. It doesn't matter how long it takes or how easy it is or how hard it is. It's just to finish and make the right decisions to do the best. The next one uses parallelism. It leads to broken hearts, broken relationships, broken dreams, and death. He's really pushing the point that nothing really comes good out of making these decisions. And if you ever think about it, when you hear the word broken, you don't really hear anything that goes along with good being tied along with broken in a sentence. No positive things really happen with it. He almost kind of drills it into our head to make these choices so that if you choose to do these things, everything will just fall and everything will break. And the next one is simile. Friends are like elevators. I like this one because it's kind of like the most simple and almost little kids that like middle schoolers should understand this because everyone knows what an elevator is. It goes up or down. And if you choose to hang out with losers or guys or people that aren't like good for you, you're gonna go down and become like them. But if you choose to hang out with people that are good for you and make good decisions and have a good future, you'll raise up, just like an elevator. He uses ethos, pathos, and logos throughout his speech very well. He uses ethos to establish credibility with his audience and he uses his personal experience. He talks about his childhood and how he grew up and the choices that he made, and that's how it shaped him to be who he is today. Logos, he uses evidence throughout his speech. He doesn't use evidence that you research or that you look up and you can cite. He uses evidence from his past life because it's something that has happened and it's proof that it can happen to anyone and any other people. And for pathos, I think he does this the best because in the speech you can see almost the whole entire theater was crying because he connected with them emotionally, and they didn't even know who he was, but he ended up making the whole crowd cry because he put them in his shoes and showed what you really lose if you make these choices. It will endure because people will always be struggling with drugs. They've been struggling with drugs before. Mark even got into drugs before too. And it's becoming more popular and accessible to the younger generation, and peer pressure is a big thing. And if you hang out with people that do it more often, or if you have your parents that do it, or like an older brother that does it and you're around it and you surround yourself with that, you're more likely to go there because curiosity is a lot stronger than people think. And in conclusion, his main purpose is so people that they just basically don't do what he did. Always remember what his mom said. If you show me your friends, I will show you your future. Thank you.